You know the feeling. You see that sick Audi, hear that insane engine, you're imagining yourself driving it. The ultimate dream, right? But then, bam, the warranty? Gone. And suddenly those dreams feel like they're about to cost you a fortune in repair bills. Well, what if I told you that owning an Audi, whether it's a monster like the R8 or a super solid A3, long after the warranty is dead, doesn't have to make you go broke? Stick with me. Number 10, the 2016 Audi A3. Kicking things off at number 10, we've got a car that proves you don't need a giant car for luxury and reliability. The 2016 Audi A3. If you're after a classy, fuel-saving commuter that still feels 100% Audi, the A3s made after 2015 on that adaptable MQB platform are a really solid bet. The 2016 A3 specifically scored an amazing 83 out of 100 from J.D. Power for quality and reliability. And Repair Pal? They give this A3 generation a pretty good 3.5 out of 5 for reliability, meaning it's more dependable than average. Yes. So, what makes the 2016 A3 a smart choice once the warranty's gone? Well, for starters, the A3 family hasn't been hit with a ton of widespread problems. It's only had 5 recalls, and Audi was super quick to fix those before they became nightmares for most people. That's always a good sign. Engine-wise, you're usually looking at the 1.8T or 2TT FS, i4 cylinders, though some places also got a 2TD I diesel. Those 1.8T and 2T TFSI engines from around this time, they're part of the EA888 engine family, are generally tough little units. If they've been looked after, like any direct injection turbo engine, you'll want to watch for carbon buildup if it's got insane miles, but regular maintenance, especially oil changes with the good synthetic stuff, is your best friend here. When you're checking out a used 2016 A3, you must get a good look at its service history. Make sure any recalls were done. Give that MMI infotainment system a full test too. Electrical issues aren't super common on this A3, but they can be an Audi thing. The good news? Compared to some of its bigger, more complicated siblings, the A3 is simpler. That means fewer things that can go wrong, and usually lower maintenance bills. You get the real Audi experience, great mileage, and a pretty strong reliability score for its category. Not a bad way to get into Audi ownership without the warranty. Let's go. Number 9. The 2017 Audi A4 All-Right. At number 9, we've got a true legend of the Audi family, the A4. We're focusing on the 2017 model. This was a huge year for the A4. It got a major refresh, that's the B9 generation, with a new look, updated tech, and crucially for us, a pretty amazing track record for reliability. J.D. Power gave the 2017 A4 an incredible 85 out of 100 for quality and reliability. That actually put it third among all mid-size premium cars that year. What a win. And Repair Pal? They agree, rating this A4 a 3.5 out of 5, so it's definitely more reliable than your average car. Under the hood of most 2017 A4s, you'll find the updated 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder, another version of that AA888 engine, with a sweet 252 horsepower and 273 pound-feet of torque. Match that with Audi's Quattro all-wheel drive and either the S-tronic dual-clutch gearbox, or, if you can find one, a manual. Enthusiasts love those. And you've got an awesome mix of punch and decent fuel economy. The B9 generation A4 is generally seen as a huge step up in reliability from some of the older A4s. While some earlier 2T Audis were a bit thirsty for oil, those issues were mostly fixed by this generation. Still, keeping up with maintenance is super duper important. Now, early B9s did have a couple of airbag-related issues, but there was a recall in 2018 for that. So any 2017 model you're looking at should have that taken care of. Always double check when you're looking over a used 2017 A4. Listen for any weird sounds from the suspension. Those multi-link setups give amazing handling, but they can be pricier to fix if things wear out. And make sure that S-tronic transmission shifts nice and smooth. Regular fluid changes are vital to keep it happy. All in all, the 2017 A4 is a fantastic package of luxury, tech, and, most importantly for our list, solid reliability. It's a smart pick for an executive sedan that's past its warranty. Some people even say the 2018 A4 is just as good. So that's worth knowing. Number 8. The 2017 Audi Q5. Hopping into the super popular world of compact luxury SUVs, our choice at number 8 is the 2017 Audi Q5. This particular year is a good one because it was the grand finale for the first generation. That means Audi had tons of time to smooth out any early problems, making it a really well-developed and dependable machine. The 2017 Q5 snagged a JD Power Quality and Reliability score of 82 out of 100. Pretty solid, and it shows how Audi fine-tuned it over the years. The Q5 in general is known for being reliable and practical. No wonder it's Audi's biggest-selling SUV. In the US, the 2017 Q5 usually came with two strong engine choices: the 2-liter 4-cylinder turbo, that trusty EA888 again, with an 8-speed automatic and all-wheel drive, or the punchy 3-liter supercharged V6. Both are generally thought of as pretty tough. The 2T is a real workhorse you find in lots of VW Group cars, and by 2017, it was very reliable. The 3-liter supercharged V6, the 3TFSI, gets a lot of praise for its silky power and solid build. Some say it's one of Audi's best V6s if you look after it. If you're thinking about a 2017 Q5, a complete service history is golden. For the 2T, you absolutely want to see proof of regular oil changes. For the 3T, make sure all the scheduled maintenance was done. Like with many Audis, you might see things like PCV valve or thermostat issues pop up. But on the Q5, these usually aren't crazy expensive fixes and are often seen as minor bumps in the road. Water pumps have been recalled on some Audis from 2013 to 2022, including the Q5. So definitely check if that applies and if it's been sorted. Even with these things to watch for, the 2017 Q5 is a fantastic mix of luxury, usefulness, and proven reliability, especially since it's a first-gen model at its most polished. And hey, the 2019 Q5 also gets good reliability nods, so it looks like the next generation got off to a good start too. Number 7. The Audi S4, B8.5 generation 2013 to 2016. Feeling the need for speed, but still want something that won't let you down? Then you should definitely check out the B8.5 generation Audi S4 from model years 2013 to 2016. This version of the S4 rocks Audi's much-loved 3-liter TFS I-supercharged V6. Pumping out around 333 horsepower, this engine is famous for its strong performance and is generally known as one of Audi's tougher performance engines. Chat with enthusiasts or browse owner forums, and you'll hear a lot of good things about how well the B8.5 S4 holds up if it's been properly maintained. What makes this S4 so good after the warranty's up? It's that combo of a beefy engine and a solid chassis. The supercharged V6 in the B8.5 S4 tends to avoid some of the carbon buildup problems that older direct injection turbo engines can suffer from. That said, using good quality fuel and giving it an Italian tune-up, a bit of spirited driving now and then, is always a good idea. The S-tronic dual-clutch transmission you often find in these is generally reliable, but only if you stick to its maintenance schedule, especially those fluid changes. Skip those, and you could be looking at pricey mechatronic unit problems later on. Big oof. When you're looking at a B8.5 S4, listen for any supercharger whine that sounds a bit too loud. Though a little whine is totally normal, keep an eye out for leaks, especially around the thermostat housing and water pump, as those can be common spots on V6s. The sport suspension is going to be firm, that's a given. Just make sure it soaks up bumps without any loud clunks or weird noises that might mean worn bushings or shocks. Service records are absolutely key here. An S4 has probably been driven with some passion, so proof of regular, top-notch maintenance is even more crucial than for a standard A4. If it's got a solid service history, a B8.5 S4 delivers amazing performance and is surprisingly tough for the long haul. Lots of owners say the drivetrain stays reliable even with higher miles, as long as you keep up with the care. Number 6. The 2017 Audi A6. Need something a bit bigger and more luxurious that's still a good bet after the warranty? The 2017 Audi A6 is a real winner. This model year was in the later stage of the C7 generation, so it got all the nice refinements and updates, which really helped its reliability scores. J.D. Power gave the 2017 A6 a great 85 out of 100 for quality and reliability, same as its A4 cousin from that year. Plus, RepairPal rates it 3.5 out of 5, putting it well ahead of the pack in its class. Boom! For 2017, the A6 had a few engine choices. The standard in many places was a 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder with 252 horsepower. But if you can, the 3-liter TFSI supercharged V6 is often the one to go for. It's got that perfect mix of power and smoothness, and it's known for being pretty reliable if you look after it. Some also rave about the 3 TDI diesel for its reliability and pulling power, especially if you do a lot of miles, though whether a diesel is right for you, or even available, depends on where you are. Just like the 2017 A4, the A6 had a few airbag issues that a 2018 recall took care of, so make sure that's been done on any car you're considering. The usual Audi watch-out for carbon buildup on direct injection engines is there, but it seems to be less of an issue on well-kept 3T supercharged engines. You'll want to give all the electronics, especially the MMI system, a good test. And like many German cars with some miles on them, oil leaks from places like valve cover gaskets or camshaft tensioners can happen, so a good inspection is key. But honestly, the C7 A6, especially the 2017 model, is widely seen as a really well-built and dependable luxury sedan. You get a lot of car for your money on the used market, and it can give you many comfortable, reliable miles long after the warranty is over. Some reviewers even say the whole A6 C7 generation, 2011 to 2018, is the poster child for comfort, style, and dependability. How cool is that? Number 5. The 2020 Audi Q7. If you need a bigger, 3-row SUV for the family that doesn't cheap out on luxury or practicality, the 2020 Audi Q7 is definitely worth a look. It's a newer model, but it's already showing good signs of reliability. This year got a facelift for the second-gen Q7, the Type 4M, so it has updated looks and tech. We didn't find specific JD Power scores for this exact year in our research, but what owners are saying is generally pretty positive about its reliability, and it's often mentioned as one of the more dependable Q7 years. In North America, the 2020 Q7 mainly comes with two engine options. A 2-liter turbo inline-4, that's the EA888, Gen 3 making around 248 to 261 horsepower, or a more powerful 3-liter turbocharged V6. This one's different from the older supercharged V6. That's super smooth and quiet. That 2T engine is the same one found in reliable rides like the A4 and Q5, and it's a solid pick if you don't need to tow heavy stuff or win drag races. The V6, on the other hand, makes cruising and hauling feel effortless. RepairPal gives the Q7 a 2.5 out of 5 for reliability. Now, that might sound just okay, but for a big, complicated luxury SUV, it's actually pretty decent. One thing to really keep in mind with modern, loaded-up Audis like the Q7 is the chance of electrical quirks. With all those sensors, screens, and computers, you absolutely need to check every electronic system thoroughly before you buy. Make sure the MMI system works smoothly, all the driver assistance features are doing their job, and there are no angry warning lights on the dashboard. Also, on a heavy vehicle like the Q7, suspension parts can wear out over time, so listen for any strange noises. Even with these points, the 2020 Q7 gets a lot of love for its classy looks, impressive performance, and how well it handles for such a big SUV. With its newer tech and mostly good reliability reports, it's a really tempting option for a family SUV after the warranty is up. Some folks also suggest the 3TDI V6 in the Q7 if you can find it, and it suits your needs. It's a good mix of reliability and efficiency. Number 4. The 2018 Audi TT ready for something with a bit more zoom? Let's talk about the 2018 Audi TT. This legendary coupe and roadster is famous for its unique looks and quick, nimble handling, but certain years are also reliability champs. In fact, the 2018 Audi TT is rated as one of the most dependable sports cars Audi has ever made. That makes it a fantastic pick if you want a fun, exciting sports car that won't constantly have you stressing about repair bills once the warranty is over. The TT, especially the third-gen models, the Type FV/8S, which includes the 2018, uses a lot of tried-and-true VW Group parts, including versions of that EA888 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder engine. The 2 TFSI engine in the TT is tuned for a really lively drive, and if it's been looked after properly, it's a pretty tough little motor. These engines are everywhere, so independent mechanics know them well. That means upkeep and repairs are usually simpler and less expensive than what you'd face with more exotic sports car engines. Some will point out that the 2 TFSI in the TT and S3 is generally strong, but on some EA888 versions, timing chains can be a weak spot. So it's smart to check the service history for any work done there or listen for any rattling noises when it starts up, particularly on cars with more miles. It's not just the engine either, because the TT shares its platform with other popular cars like the A3. Many of its chassis and electronic bits are also well proven. When you're checking out a 2018 TT, make sure the S-tronic gearbox, if it has one, shifts smoothly and sharply. Test all the electronics, including the virtual cockpit if it's got it. And since it's a sports car, take a good look at the tires and brakes for wear, and make sure the wheel alignment seems right. The 2018 Audi TT really does offer a great mix of Audi's cool design, fun performance, and surprisingly good reliability for a sports car. It's a smart choice for some post-warranty thrills. Some fans even recommend the TT because it's a relatively cheap sports car to keep on the road that looks like it costs way more. What deal? Number 3. The 2017 Audi RS7. Want the ultimate in performance but still need 4 doors? Then you might be surprised to see the 2017 Audi RS7 on a list like this, but it's a welcome sight. Usually, those top-tier halo performance cars mean sky-high maintenance and a tendency to be a bit delicate. But the 2017 RS7? It's actually ranked as one of the most reliable high-performance Audis ever built. That's a pretty big deal for a car packing a mighty 4-liter twin-turbo V8, often from the A8 2.4 family that just unleashes insane horsepower and torque. That 4 TFSI V8 is praised for its massive power and is a true performance beast. Now let's be real. Any high-output twin-turbo V8 is going to need more care and cost more to maintain than a 4-cylinder A3. But the magic word here is relative reliability for its crazy performance level. These engines have shown they can be pretty tough if they haven't been thrashed and if they get the specific maintenance they need, like top-quality oil, regular changes, and attention to the turbos and cooling system. Some known quirks with the 4 TFSI V8 can be things like ignition coil and spark plug problems. Not too major, and more seriously on some earlier versions, the turbocharger oil screens could get blocked if oil changes were skipped. By 2017, though, many of these early hiccups were better understood or sorted. Owning an RS7 without a warranty isn't for the financially faint of heart. Even basic maintenance will be pricey. But picking a 2017 model, which has a better-than-average reputation in its league, helps lower some of that risk. A super thorough pre-purchase inspection by an Audi specialist who really knows RS models is an absolute must-do. They need to check everything: engine, turbos, transmission, usually the tough ZF 8-speed automatic, air suspension if it has it, and those brakes, which cost a fortune to replace. Even with the costs, if you want performance that's knocking on supercar doors, all wrapped in a luxurious and, for its category, relatively dependable package, the 2017 RS7 is an amazing, though definitely specialized, pick. Car and Driver even loves the 2025 RS7, which hints that Audi keeps making this platform better and better. Number 2. The Audi A8, 2010 model year. Alright, let's step into the world of flagship luxury, and we're winding the clock back a bit for this one. The 2010 Audi A8. Specifically, the later years of the D3 generation deserve a shout-out if you're after ultimate comfort and road presence, plus surprising toughness over the long haul. Our research points to the 2010 A8 as one of the most reliable luxury giants from Audi. Sure, it's an older car, but its rock-solid engineering and build quality from back then have really helped it age gracefully, often better than its rivals from the same period. The D3 generation A8, especially in its later years like 2010, often came with the naturally aspirated 4.2-liter V8 engine. This V8 is widely considered one of Audi's more dependable V8s because it doesn't have all the complex turbocharging bits you find in newer models. Generally speaking, naturally aspirated engines tend to have fewer super expensive things that can break compared to their turbocharged cousins. A big win for long-term ownership. Get this, the 2008 Audi S5 and A8, which used that 4.2-liter V8, have 0 engine-related recalls to date according to the NHTSA, and KBB users gave the 2008 A8 an impressive 4.5 out of 5 for reliability. Unbelievable. Now don't get me wrong, an A8 from this era is still a complicated beast. The air suspension is one area that will eventually need some TLC, and those repairs can be pricey. And with all the electronics packed into a flagship sedan, electrical gremlins can pop up. So you'll want to check every single feature meticulously. But the heart of a well-cared-for 2010 A8, especially with that 4.2-liter 5.8, is known for going the distance. Finding parts for an older flagship might be a bit trickier, but what you get in return is a massive amount of luxury and engineering for what's often a pretty reasonable price these days. If you're ready for the upkeep that comes with an older luxury limo, but want something fundamentally sound, the 2010 A8 is a really interesting and appealing choice without a warranty. Number 1. The second-generation Audi R8 4S 2015 to present, with the V10 engine. And at number 1, this might make some of you jump, it's the second-generation Audi R8, but specifically the ones with that glorious, naturally aspirated 5.2-liter V10 engine. Now hold on, yes, it's a supercar, and yes, maintenance is going to cost a lot of money. But when you compare it to other supercars, the R8, especially that V10 version, which by the way, shares a lot of its DNA with the Lamborghini Huracan's engine, has built up a solid reputation for being surprisingly tough and reliable. It mostly dodges that fragile supercar stereotype. This is huge. That naturally aspirated V10 isn't just an engine, it's an engineering marvel, and it's a huge part of why the R8 is so unexpectedly dependable. It neatly avoids the complicated bits and potential heat headaches that come with the turbocharged engines you find in many modern supercars. This V10 is famous for its incredible performance and its ability to rack up miles if it's well looked after. Not something every exotic car can brag about. But let's be clear, reliable for a supercar still has its buts. Owners need to know about potential carbon buildup in the V10's intake ports and valves over time. That's a common thing with many direct injection engines. You might also see issues with the intake manifold runner flaps, and those magnetic ride suspension dampers. They can sometimes give up the ghost at fairly low mileage, and, you guessed it, they're expensive to replace. An R8 will always mean paying top dollar for parts and mechanics who know their stuff. The big difference here, though, is that these are often things you can see coming, predictable maintenance or manageable problems, rather than the shocking, wallet-destroying failures that can hit other, less sturdy supercars. A pre-purchase inspection by a technician who is certified to work on R8s is non-negotiable. Seriously, and the service history? It needs to be spotless. If you can tick those boxes, owning a second-gen R8 V10 after the warranty might be a more realistic dream than you think. It gives you a driving experience that's out of this world and a level of dependability that's pretty rare in the supercar stratosphere. For the ultimate mix of Audi excitement and better than you'd expect durability in its high-flying class, the V10 R8 is our top pick. Let's go! Which Audi on this list made you go, wait, that one's reliable? Or are there any other rock-solid Audi champs you think deserve a spot? We'd love to hear your thoughts and your own experiences down in the comments. If this guide gave you some amazing food for thought, smash that thumbs up button. And hey, why not subscribe for more guides to help you make smart car decisions? Drive safe and enjoy every mile. Peace.